pair of ACC opponents coming up this week for the Lady Flames field hockey team. For more on those matchups, let's check in now with the head coach of the Liberty Lady Flames, Jody Murphy. Lady Flames ranked 10th in the country heading into this week. And, Coach, a couple of tough challenges coming up here with North Carolina on Thursday and Duke on Saturday.
Yes, two really strong opponents in Carolina and Duke. Two teams that we faced last year, Carolina twice, and then Duke once last season. And both games were just really big last season, so I think that the girls are coming in with really good energy and excitement for these final two ACC teams.
Yeah, a couple of close losses to those teams last year by only 1 goal each. North Carolina, obviously, in the NCAA tournament. But as you approach this year, what are the differences, similarities between those two teams?
Yeah, I mean, the UNC team and the Duke team are both still really strong opponents. They didn't graduate too many players from the rosters of last year. Strong goaltending, great midfield players. Ball patterns and movement are similar. So, we're looking at our games from last year. We're looking at, obviously, our team has taken on a slightly new shape this season, but thankfully we have a lot of seniority and a lot of depth as well. So I think our game plans will be pretty consistent throughout, and we're really looking forward to getting another opportunity to play two of the top 5 teams in the country.
Your team's won 5 out of its last 6. Still looking for that first ACC win this year, though. Is this a good time as any to play these teams?
Yeah, the time is definitely now. We have been knocking on the door all season of these ACC teams. Each game losing, as we mentioned earlier, like last season, in a 1-goal differential. And our girls have competed hard in every ACC game that we've had so far this season, but they've really put together a strong second half against most of those opponents. So we're really looking at saying, okay, how do we put a full 70 minutes together? And I think if we're able to do that, we'll be much more pleased with the result. But now is the time, and we couldn't have asked for a better situation towards the end of our season to be playing these top 5 teams.
You look at last year; it was a 2-1 game with Carolina, as we said, a 1-goal game as well with Duke. All 3 of these teams, your team, Duke, Carolina, giving up less than 2 goals per game. Do you see these as being tough, grind them out defensive battles?
Oh, yeah. Like the defense is going to really need to be sharp on Thursday and again on Saturday, and really look to be, almost have just a near perfect game, and just not have any lapses, and just to be really mentally locked on and locked in. And, equally, I think, really push and generate off the attack that we've been running all season. We're ranked, in the top 5 for goals in the country, and I just love to see the attack come out firing.
Well, coming up on Thursday, it'll be North Carolina down in Chapel Hill, not too far away from here. That's a 4 o'clock game. And then Duke comes to town here in Lynchburg on Saturday. That is a 1 o'clock game. Coach Murphy, best of luck to you coming up here this week.
Great. Thanks, guys.
That's the head coach of the Lady Flames field hockey squad, Jody Murphy. My name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.